Hello friends, and welcome to our cozy home. I'm Gina. Today in the kitchen I want to make one of my favorite springtime desserts, orange creamsicle cake. And when I usually make this cake, I have an orange cake mix, but I could not find it in the stores. So I'm using a vanilla, and then they told me if I added a teaspoon of this, I should get my orange flavor that I'm looking for. So the first thing we want to do is you want to take 1 1/4 cup of water and put it in a microwave safe bowl and let it heat for a minute, and then add 3 ounces of orange jello mixture and dissolve it, and then put it in your refrigerator for 10 minutes and let it cool. And once you've done that, you take your cake mix and then your jello, and then 3 eggs, a 1/2 cup of applesauce, and then a teaspoon of pure orange extract. And you mix all this together and preheat your oven to 350 and grease and flour your pans. And you want to mix this for about 30 seconds on low until you get it all incorporated. It smells so good. And then you want to turn it on medium for about 2 minutes. And then you want to put it in your greased and floured pan. And this is a light and perfect summer and springtime dessert. It's not a heavy dessert. It's a light dessert. Then you want to stick it in your preheated oven. That's at 350. Clean up this mess and we'll get started on the frosting. Okay, now for the frosting, you need an 1 ounce of cream cheese, and I use sometimes the ones in this container because a lot of times my daughters tell me I leave a lump of cream cheese, so this seems to beat up a little better with no lumps. So we want one of them, and then we want a 1/2 cup of white sugar. And then you want to just mix that together. Okay, and that's mixed. And then you want to add a 1/2 cup of orange juice of your choice, a large instant vanilla pudding mix, and 15 ounces of crushed pineapple. So I'll use probably about 3/4 of this can. And then you want to mix this together. And you should drain the pineapple juice. I forgot and I didn't, but it should be fine. This is also a very light filling, and actually Brian likes to eat this by himself. So we'll take this off. And then you will fold in 8 ounces of Cool Whip. And then you fold in your Cool Whip. And once you get them out of the oven, let them cool in the pan for about 10 minutes, and then I'll move them to a cooling rack out of the pan until they're completely cool, and then I will frost. Okay, the cakes are completely cool, so we're going to add some filling. You can add as much as you want, as little as you want, but this is also not a very rich, so it's not a heavy dessert at all. The frosting or the filling kind of reminds me of one of those fruit salads. The fluffy kind. Okay, let's get the second one. Put it on top. And go around and get the sides. I'll straighten it up in a minute. Tell you a story of how I came about this recipe. I used to go to a restaurant when me and my family visited my grandma in the nursing home, and they had this as a dessert. And I kept asking them for the recipe, and they kept putting me off, so I never did get the recipe. And then I was visiting Brian's grandma Phyllis, and I was telling her about it, and she goes and comes back and hands me a cookbook, and it was one of them cookbooks that the ladies, like a church cookbook. And sure enough, that recipe was in there, and I tried it, and it was exactly like the one at the restaurant. So Phyllis, if you watch this, thank you. And sometimes I'll put some oranges on top, but today I'm just going to leave it plain. Okay, there's your creamsicle cake. I'll finish, and it's delicious. And as always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you soon.